This is the Wildwood Canyon Ridgeline Loop located in Wildwood Canyon State Park near Oak Glen, California, but technically Yucaipa. It is a 7.5, 8-mile loop, depending on the routes that you take when you go in between. About 2,000 feet of climb, and it's very worthwhile. You start here in the parking lot. You go through the little gate here, and you can walk through. There's some picnic benches and stuff if you want to grab a snack before or after your hike. Nice place to settle down. Look to the left, there's some abandoned buildings there, and there's some bathrooms as well. If you look to the right, there are some properties there that people live at, some residences. They leave out little signs there. You can see angry squirrels just to keep you from the area, but it's really easy to stay away from the path. It's pretty far from it. So you're going to want to veer left here and keep your eye out. I've seen deer, I've seen bobcats, I've seen a lot of wildlife, squirrels, rabbits, and then people bring their horses. It's a horse trail too. So on the inner loop, which we will be on only for a small portion of the day, you will see horses a lot of the time, especially on weekends. There is poison ivy on the first mile of the trail. Just keep your eye out for that. I've actually rubbed up against it before, but pretty easy to avoid. Just keep your eyes out for it. I usually wear shorts, but if you wore long pants, you can avoid that. And you're going to continue through here. And about a half mile up, there is a little place where horses can get a drink out of the trough. There used to be bathrooms there. Not anymore. They removed them this time. Not sure if they're going to bring them back. But you're going to come up to the right here. And when you go to the right, this will be your direction to head up towards the Ridgeline Loop, which separates from the inner loop. And this is where most of your climb is going to take place. Between now and the next mile and a quarter, you're going to gain about 1,200 feet, I believe, of elevation climb, so just be prepared for that. But once you get to the top there, the climb is pretty much over and it's all downhill. So just get ready for a workout. You can see here it's pretty steep. The pictures don't give it justice. But you climb about 300-400 feet, and then it's flat as you walk along the top of that ridge line for about 100 to 200 yards, depending. And then you do another ascent of 200 to 300 feet, levels out for 100 yards again, and you'll keep doing this for the next mile and a quarter. But this is the part of the trail that's the most secluded. I've never really come across people on this portion. I do see footprints, so I know it's traveled, just not as much. Usually people stay to the lower inner loop. So you're going to get to the top here. If you go to the right, it's kind of covered here, the trail, a lot of rain this year. That will actually go down into Oak Glen, but if you continue straight here, this will continue along our Ridgeline Loop, and your climb is mostly done here. The climbing you do, which will be another 300 to 400 feet, is pretty steady, and the road is a lot wider. Again, stay to the left here. Don't go to the right, and you'll continue on. That trail to the right actually goes down to Oak Glen as well. So you're going to continue on. Once you see this gate here, you'll know that you are near the top of your climbing for the day, and it's not uncommon to run across animals at this point. I haven't seen vehicles up here before, even though it is a service road at this point. You're going to continue to go straight. Up ahead, you can't see because of the fog there. There's a little water tower, which I'll show in a minute. A good place to put your backpack down. This is the highest point of the trail. And, last year when I did this hike, there was a ton of snow, and we're actually hiking in the snow, which was awesome. And you just have to be prepared for that. But that was, earlier in the year. That's February, March months. You're aware of that. But this is a good place. Set down your backpack, get some water. Usually there's a nice view there. Here's February 2023 when there was a snowstorm there. And so you just have to be prepared for that if you go up in the wintertime. And then after that, head on back down. It's all downhill from this point. You can see I'm just excited to be walking downhill. And the views are great on a clear day. Stay to the right. To the left is a little plateau. You can go up there. I think people will walk up their park and maybe set up camp. I've never seen anyone camp there before. Don't know if you can. But, right here I see a RV, which was surprising to me because this is 4,700 feet and it's 3 to 4 miles from any main road. And so to get up there is pretty impressive. So good job, whoever drove that RV. And then we're going to continue on, and this is where you're going to start running across people on the hike. There's some residents there to the left. The trail does go by Their driveways just keep walking to go past. There's an abandoned Jeep of some sort. Not sure what that is. And then you're getting close to the residence here. You're going to take a left here and see on the loop. You can go right. I'm not sure where that goes to. But there's a lot of clear marks of no trespassing. Just stay to the left. They do have dogs in their yard. They're barking and whatnot. They seem pretty friendly. But, don't go up and pet them or anything. But if you continue straight along this path here, this will bring you back down to the Wildwood Canyon Park itself. So right now we're kind of like on the fringe of it. Walking down, you're going to see old abandoned buildings. Looks like they're used for horse stables, things of that nature. If you know what this was used for, let me know in the comments. So you're going to continue to go straight. You can go left. That kind of loops back and around like in a D shape and meets back up with the trail here. But I've been over there checking it out. Just be respectful of it. Don't damage anything. And then you're going to walk down. And this is actually where I've seen a bobcat before through here, my daughter and I. You're going to walk through this gate here. There's some information on stuff in the area, animals and whatnot. And this is almost done with the hike here. You got about another quarter mile. If you look, here's where Ridgeline started, where that blue line was. Walked along the top of that mountain range, all the way down, and then to the bottom of the ridge and then back. Here's one more residence that's right next to the parking lot to the left. Just stay on the trail there, and that is the Ridgeline Loop hike. This is where we started. Again, if you want to go back in, there's some benches just right past the fence there. Thanks for watching, and yay, yay, hiking Paisano.